This is a prepositional phrase. So in the prepositional phrase, you can't put any punctuation. Thank you. So of. Let's go to the second one, also boundaries. Take care, whether boundaries or forms, you're going to find the same question. Which choice completes the text that is conformed to the convention of standard English? Okay, so if you look at the choices, I'm going to look at the choice as I told you. I have novel, the novel, comma, the novel, semicolon, rather, comma, the novel, comma, rather. What you're going to do here, I'm going to write novel. I'm going to write only novel. And I'm going to read the sentence from here, from as. He said, as Spivak points out, this dependent, Saville is not the protagonist of Shelley's novel. This independent. Then he said, as the recipients of the letter that frame the book's narrative, she is the occasion of it. Another independent. So wait. So now we have dependent, independent between comma. Then we have another independent, another independent. So we need semicolon. We need semicolon. So the semicolon or comma fanboys or full stop. So the only one that has semicolon is novel, semicolon, rather. We still in boundaries. Also, I have here earlier, comma, which in. Wait, teacher. You told us that which will come after the verb. Which will come after the verb. Earlier, then comma in, earlier, dot in, earlier in. So I'm going to write here earlier in. I'm going to write in that part earlier without any punctuation, without any capitalization. Then I'm going to analyze the sentence from however. However, a team led by anthropologist Dr. Richard Berger used accelerator mass spectrometry to uncover evidence that it was occupied. Wait, teacher. As you can find here, we have independent, then dependent. Then here, if we're going to say earlier, then we're going to say in 1420 CE, then comma. According to Berger, another prepositional phrase, humans were likely inhabiting the area. So this, another independent. So if I'm gonna put after the dependent, which in is wrong actually. So what if you put in 1420 CE then comma? Okay, so that means this is gonna be not essential. Though according to Berger, then humans. No, because we have another independent. We have another independent. So what did the mark is gonna be here? Because the first independent, then the dependent, nothing between them. Then we have the full independent, so we must have full stop, semicolon, or comma fanboys. So the only thing is going to be see earlier, then in 1420 is going to be a new sentence. Again, we're still in boundaries. As you can find here. Here he said not dot aerobic, not semicolon aerobic. Wait. These two have the same function because the full stop and the semicolon have the same function. So I'm going to mark them right that. Not aerobic, not comma aerobic. Let's find. I'm going to take from the beginning of the sentence. While one requires oxygen and one does. I forgot to write here not aerobic. While one requires oxygen and one doesn't. And one doesn't. Aerobic? No. It will not work. We have here to put something. We have to put a punctuation. But here while, then we have subject verb, so this dependent. Okay, let's find if we're going to separate this. So now aerobic and anaerobic respiration are both forms of cellular respiration. Wait. So this independent. Dependent, independent, between them, comma. Dependent, independent, between them, comma. Number 5. Now we arrive to the forms. The easiest level. Here is a kind of pronoun antecedent agreement. Pronoun antecedent agreement. It is singular. This is singular. Either is singular. They are plural. So I'm going to go to the plural. But quickly, I have to match or make my answer reliable and valid. So I'm going to look at the sentence. He said in a 2017 study of these organisms, Mike Bises Belinda Ferrari reported that. Wait, I made something wrong here. It's not microbes. It's organisms. So plural. The second one, again, for the first domain, for its first skill. And this pronoun antecedent agreement. Pronoun antecedent agreement. Pronoun antecedent agreement. Asking him or her singular. Them plural. It singular. Him or her singular. Again, you're gonna do that. You're gonna find that this level is the easiest one. Him or her singular. Them plural. It singular. Him or her singular. So I'm gonna take the plural, but I have to be sure about. Before a jury trial begins, lawyers for each side interview potential juror closely. Then here he said, questions intend to reveal any biases. So he talked about the lawyers. Even here, I did something wrong. Lawyers question. So asking them, but asking whom? Asking the jurors. I'm sorry. As the jurors. Okay. So it's plural also. Hi, Dalal.
Hi, Mr.
Okay. Did the test actually, Dalal? I didn't let you do it because you didn't cover the first domain, first skill. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Number 7, but you're gonna pay attention also, Dalal.
Yeah,
Number
sure.
7, it's pronoun antecedent agreement. It's singular. One singular. Their plural. His or her singular. So I'm gonna take the plural, the odd one out. المختلف. Thanks to long-legged giraffes. So there. Yes, it's perfect. Again. I'm sorry, Dalal?
سؤال. I have a question.
Yes.
هلا مستر ممكن يجينا بالخيارات إنه like two plural and two singular?
Yeah, maybe sometimes will happen, and this is going to be level 2 and level 3. So because of that, you have to return back to the sentence. Okay?
Yes.
But mostly till now, Dalal, it come like that shape. Mostly.
Yes.
And even you can ask Aya. She's going to tell yes, it came like that. Okay? But also I put in my mind that maybe those examiners are going to put something that too singular, too plural. So in this case, because of that, I told you, when you find the answer, return back to the sentence. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. I think also Suhaib here entered twice. Suhaib, you have the same questions. The right? Suhaib.
مع حضرتك.
You have the same question, the right?
Yes.
Okay. So again here, you're gonna find the same thing. It's but here, teacher, it's a pronoun plus verb. So subject plus verb, and it's singular. Here, there, plural, but it's possessive pronoun. They are. It's plural, but subject and verb. It's singular, but possessive. Look, Dalal. Now I have two singular and two plural, and two subject plus verb and two possessive. So I have to decide what kind of thing do you wanted right now. So I'm gonna read. The animal which lay eggs but also nurses. Wait. I have here the subject and I have the verb. The verb is has. So I don't need subject verb. Thank you. I don't need it or there. So now I have to decide that it's plural or singular. Here he said animal. Animal. So it's singular. Here also, there's what, teacher? This subject verb agreement. We're going to do it the same thing. Promotes, singular. Promote, plural. Are, plural. Have, plural. So I'm going to take the singular. But I have to be sure about that. Let's find the African Games co-production market. There is a comma, and here there is a comma. So we need the verb for market. Market is singular, so it's going to be promotes. Again, subject-verb agreement. Has singular, enable plural, is singular, enable singular. So I'm going to take the plural, but I want to be sure. Such tools plural, so we need enable. Now, I told you, when you find that the sentence or the choices are more than 4 words, so it's a modifier. It's a modifier. Take care of that. Okay, teacher. Let's read the last part. He said, a nearly frictionless. What is friction? Because this is what will describe what come after the comma. A nearly frictionless. And its name suggests extremely slippery state. So I need something that doesn't have friction and slippery. What they think? Reaching? No, not reaching. I don't need a gerund. Super lubricity? Yes, it can be lubric. When no, it can be two. It can be two services. It can be. So we are between B and D. B and D. If you're going to read it, super lubricity is reach when two services. COF drops below 0.01. It can be two services. Two services. When their COF drops below 0.01 reach. So, okay, wait. Why here he put when? Between. There's something actually. We need something that frictionless. We need the terminology. We don't need the services. So it's better to be B. Number 12. Will leave. Here is verb forms. Will leverage future. Is leveraging present continuous. Has leverage present perfect. Leverage past. So I have to look at the whole sentence to find the tense, the consistency. After winning the 1860 presidential election, wait, this is in the past now. 1860, past. Abraham Lincoln appointed, past, Edward Bates, Salmon P. Chase, and William H. Seward to his cabinet. Lincoln's decision was, past. Surprising, since each of the men had run against, past, but here past perfect. But historians have praised present perfect, it noting that Lincoln but mostly in the past. This is the only one that in present perfect. Mostly in the past. And take care. Why this in the present perfect? Because we're talking about the historians. The historians. So it's better to put it in the past. Leveraged. 13. To join. It's not a verb. Adjoining. This is not a verb. Take care. This is not a verb. Adjoining, present continuous. Join, past. Joins, present in the singular form. So this verb forms. But all of them verbs except this is not a verb. So we have to be sure that he needs a verb or not. So let's read. In 1990, California native and researcher Ellen Ochoa left her position as chief of the Intelligent System Technology branch at NASA Research Center. Okay, she left. So we don't need a verb. So to join. She left to join. Again, number 14. As you can find here, all of them are the same. It looks like it's a modifier. It looks like it's a modifier. Or that we need a verb or not. No, it's not modifier. It's not more than 4 words. And here, there is no verb. Here, there is no verb. Acknowledging is not a verb. Having is not a verb. Would acknowledge is a verb. To acknowledge is not a verb. So the only verb is this one. Let's find he needs a verb or not. This is the opposite of number 13. In 1994, almost 200 years after the death of Wang Zhengyi. Okay, this is a kind of prepositional phrase. And after that, it comes a kind of modifier. The International Astronomical, the contribution of the barrier-breaking 18th century. We need a verb. We need a verb. So union would finally acknowledge. Number 15, developing is not a verb. Developed is a verb in the past. Having developed is not a verb. To develop is not a verb. So I'm going to look at that it needs a verb or not. So let's read. I'm going to read only the last one, the last sentence. It was there that the Price premiered her first symphony. Then she put a dash. Take care, the dash with the dash. So here, premiered her first symphony. And premiered her first symphony, and so we need a verb. And developed, because I don't care about what become between the 2 dashes. It's not essential. Number 16. Wait, here, the 5th case of the first scale is talking about the apostrophe, the possessive. Okay. Do you remember, teacher, when you told us if we have a possessive, so we must have 2 nouns after each other? Yes. Take care here, teacher, that there is of. And of is a preposition. So it's not a noun. So we can't put apostrophe it before it. Apostrophe S or S apostrophe before it. So this is wrong. And this is wrong. Now we have one without apostrophe and one with apostrophe. Take care that photographers after 8 photos. So two nouns after each other. So we need the apostrophe. But let's be sure about the answer. However, many of the photographers, early photos of landscapes. Yes, they're right. And it's easy. Again, we arrive to the subject-verb agreement. Focuses, singular. Focus, plural. Are, plural. Where, plural. So I'm going to take the singular and I want to be sure. Although each one of these play, each is the subject. I need now the verb, which include Henry, fifth, and Richard, third. I need the verb of each. It will come after the comma because between two commas is not essential. So each singular, so focuses, as we said. Here it can be both. It can be pronoun antecedent agreement and subject-verb agreement. One singular, they plural, it singular, we plural. Let's look at the verb. Accumulate singular, accumulate plural, accumulates singular, accumulate plural. Wait, it's two singular, two plural. So now, this is the question that asked me Dalal about. So now I have to read to find out that it's singular or plural. He said this disparity can be explained in part by the fact that rivers such as the Mississippi expand and contract as sediment. Yeah, it talk about the rivers. So we need plural. So forget about A and C. Is it they or we? We're not talking about ourselves. We're talking about the rivers. So they. Number 19. Verb form is inventing present continuous. Will invent future. Had invented past perfect. Invents present. Let's find what we want. I said in 1881, past. Whether it's past or past perfect. But if we have past and past perfect, it's better to use the past. But here we don't have past. We have past perfect. So it's going to be. But let's complete. French chemist Camel Fury redesigned past. The rechargeable lead acid battery. Ford design greatly increased past. So thank you. We need past. So had invented. We return back to the boundaries. I'm going to write the word without any punctuation. This you covered with us, Dalal. The field of geological oceanography, so subject verb, much to American geologists. Okay. Mary Thorpe, and then he put a comma. A pioneering oceanographic cartographer whose this dependent detailed topographical maps of the ocean floor and its multiple rift valleys helped garner acceptance for the theories of plate tectonics and continental drift. Yes, teacher. Okay, do we have two sentences? He said the field of geological oceanography owes much to American geologists. No, because this is the American one. And he is essential, but this is not essential. A pioneering oceanographic cartographer. And actually, we have to put here comma because this is not essential. So here, but if it comes in the test like that, forget about that if there is a mistake. So here we have a full sentence that is independent. So we don't need actually to separate it by anything. We don't need to separate it. Another one. So I'm going to write advance without any punctuation, and I'm going to read it. A subseasonal weather forecast attempts, okay, subject verb, to predict weather condition 3 to 4 weeks in advance. All of this independent. Then he said its prediction are subject verb, so two sentences. So we need between them, comma, fanboys, semicolon, or full stop. So the answer is here. Wait, teacher, did the ending mark, and I told you to take care of this question. Did the end mark? Do we have a question? Or we have a statement, declarative? Do we have a question or declarative? Okay, teacher, let's find. However, and take care. Take all the clue that you have. Like here, he said, however, when the arrival of European missionary brings change to homophia, the novel asks a central question. So she asks a question. What is the question? So this is a question. So there is C and D. Now we need the formation of the question. That we start with WH, then helping verb, then the subject. So are we going to say how well? Yes, well is the helping verb. Where the main verb be affected or affected? But Omofia tradition will be affected. This is not going to be a question. So the answer is A. 23. Again, we come to boundaries. I'm going to write however and it only without any punctuation. But be sure that, however, if it come in the middle of the sentence, we must put comma before it and after it. If it come at the end of the sentence, we put comma before it. If we come at the beginning of the sentence, we put comma after it. Okay, let's find here the sentence. It said, like an Elvis impersonator who might bear striking resemblance to the late musical icon Elvis Presley himself. All of this is a kind of prepositional phrase. And Elvis taxon is not the real thing. The subject and verb, so this independent. Then who, however, there is comma. Then however. So now, however, if it comes in the middle, so we need a comma after. We don't have any comma. No, we have comma after here. Then it is no. Here now another independent. So we can put only a comma. We need semicolon, comma fanboys, or full stop. So the only one is gonna be D. 24, the same thing. We're talking about boundaries. I'm gonna write club. But wait, teacher, we have that. And you told us that that will never come before the comma. That will never come before the comma. So D is wrong. D is wrong. So let's find the others. Here he said in 1959, marine biologist Dr. Albert Jones founded the Underwater Adventure Seeker. This is independent, subject verb. A scuba diving club that is the oldest club. Okay, we don't need actually to separate. We don't need. Because a scuba diving club is a kind of a positive. What is the adventure seeker? A scuba diving club. And then that will never come, nothing come before it. So it's A. Again, boundaries. So I'm going to write life without anything. Okay. So we're at the beginning of the sentence. He is known for enforcing a moral code called the law of pity. This independent. Which, this dependent, established the sense of animal life. Wait, teacher. Wait, you told us that colon will never come after dependent. Dependent. Then colon is wrong. So colon is wrong. This is number one. What about semicolon? Let's find what we'll have after. The just treatment of the elderly and the abolition of the slave. Well, no, we don't need, because we don't have subject verb here. So we don't need semicolon. What about if we put it without anything? The problem in and. So that means look like a list. X, comma, Y, comma, and Z. So we need now something, then comma, then just treatment of the elderly, comma, and the abolition of the slave trade. Yes, so we need comma. 26. Do you remember when I told you, take care that we can't put any punctuation between after the preposition, except that this preposition is not a preposition. It's an adverb. So you have to be sure about that. Okay, let's read the sentence. And I'm going to write here high on. Without punctuation. So the beginning of the sentence from here. In a 2016 study, Eastern Washington University psychologist Amani El-Alili found that among the study participants who experienced, for instance, a physiological response akin to goosebumps or getting the chills while listening to music, there was one personality trait that they scored particularly high on. One personality trait and high on together. Particularly high on. Scored on. High on. Yeah, this is not a preposition. This is an adverb. This is an adverb. So we can put a punctuation after. But semicolon, no, because we don't have actually here subject verb. Alone, high on openness, it's gonna be preposition phrase, but I need something that one personality trait. What is it? I need the example. Full stop is like C, both of them together. Semicolon or full stop like the both of them. So we can say high on, and what is it? Openness to experience. Yes, it's right. 27. And I think this is the mistake that you got it, Masa and Donia. The right? Masa, did you get mistakes in this one? 26?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Donia, did you get mistake in this one also? Because you have only one mistake, or Dunya? Dunya told me record and she left. You are here, Dunya?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Did the same question that you got mistaken?
No, not
okay.
this one.
Okay. Let's find this here also. I'm gonna write Swenzo. Also, we're talking about boundaries. Okay. Let's find from the beginning. The arrangement of the figures. Take care. Here's the subject. According to, there's comma. And here the verb represents. So I'm sorry, according to Swenzel, is going to be preposition phrase that is not important, not essential. So between two commas. Any questions? Abdelmonem.
Mister, can you repeat number 26 again?
26. This Dunya or Dalal? Or Masa?
That's me, Masa.
Okay. Masa, as I told you before, whenever you have a preposition in the middle of the sentence, don't put any punctuation before it. Okay? Or sometimes after it, except there is a full stop. The problem here that to put punctuation, you have to decide, or don't put a preposition and its object, put anything between them. The problem here that you have to decide that on here, it's a preposition or not. So if you read, he said, there was one personality trait that they scored particularly high on. So on, it's an adverb that come with the score. You got it?
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Okay, so because of that here, it's an adverb. So you can put punctuation. And here he said one personality trait, so I need the example. So openness to experience. Okay. Abdulmanam, any question?
Okay, thank you.
Dalal,
Yes, Mr.
any questions?
No, thank you.
Donia,
No,
any
thank
questions? Okay. Sohaib,
No, thank you.
Masa, do you have any question, Masa? Masa, hello.
you. No, Mister, no, thank you.
Okay. Now we're going to start with the third domain, also relate to the grammar, the writing. Let me just record this to send it for you. But Dalal, you're going to do it, Dalal, okay? But when we
Okay,
finish the first skill.
okay.
Now, I'm going to start with the transitions. I can mention the transitions need some kind of memorization to know the function of each adverb, like therefore, like however, like in addition to. The file that I'm going to send it right now, it's the answer for the online test. The third domain is called expression of ideas. It has two skills, as I told you. This is the first skill, transitions. I also have sent it for you. Transitions. All of you studied transition, whether national, international, British, American, even in writing. Transition is one of the main points to move from one sentence to another. The question, the first thing, just to have a look at the question, how it looks like. The question is going to be like that. Which choice complete the text with the most logical transition only? And you're going to have 4 choices. And you're going to have the text. What I'm going to look at is the sentences that they have the transition. The sentences that they have the transition to know the relation. How many transition function do we have? We have 6 and more actually, but I put for you here 6. Number 1, agreement. Some of the transition words show agreement. Some of the transition words, its function to agree with the words before. So the sentence that come after will agree with the sentence that come before. Agree, similar. Like what? Like similarly, like the word similarly. Let's find the sentence before the transition and after. He said lentils are an excellent way to add plant-based protein to one's diet. Then here he said other legend like beans and chickpeas, الحمص والفول, can serve as integral protein sources for vegan and vegetarian. The same thing, the same information. He took about that. Plants can be a source of protein. So similarly, what other word that we can use for agreement? Words like again, also, correspondingly, equally, and likewise. It can be used for agreement. And I have my own way to solve this kind of skill. And I'm going to tell you when we start solving. Disagreement or contradiction, also it has its own words. Like the word however. So the sentences that come before contradict what come after. So let's find this. The rock star Prince was a multi-instrumentalist, having played 27 instruments on his debut album. Then here he said he's primarily remembered as a guitarist and vocalist. Take care. In the sense before he said 27 instruments. After he said only guitarist and vocalist. So like that, it's however, contradiction. The third function is sequence and order. I forgot to tell you what are the other words that show disagreement and contradiction. You have but, yet, conversely, though, still, in contrast, although, nevertheless, and on the other hand. All of these show disagreement or contradiction. Number 3, sequence and order. Sequence and order. So the transition that you're going to put, it will give me a kind of sequence or order. Like previously. So let's look at these 2 sentences. It said, the Pulitzer Prize winning novel, A Confectionery of Dances, was published in 1980, 17 years after it was written. Then here he said, the novel had been rejected by many different publishers. So because it started to be published after 17 years, so previously, what are the words that will show sequence and order? Then, later, before, afterwards, first, finally, and subsequently. We have another one to add more words. Add more words. Like the first sentence give you some facts or some information. The other will give you more. Like furthermore. Let's look at this example. Moles are highly suited to their lifestyle with short, powerful forelimbs adapted for digging. Since after that, he said, moles have evolved to require less oxygen, allowing them to avoid suffocation while underground. They're gonna dig. And here he add information. So furthermore, what are other words for addition? Additionally, also, to, moreover, and in fact. The fifth category, exemplification, to give examples. Like for instance, let's look at this example. Throughout history, painters were endangered by poisonous ingredients in their paints. The use of lead in white paint, then the second sentence, caused lead poisoning in many famous artists, including Vincent van Gogh. Yeah, he gave an example. He gave an example for one of the paint that caused a death for some of the famous artists. So for instance, what other word that will give you exemplification? For example, for one thing, or to demonstrate. Number 6, cause and effect, reason. So the sentence before, it will be cause and effect for the sentence after, cause or effect. Like therefore, let's find this example. The Hubble Space Telescope has provided astronomical insight for over 30 years, but its eventual breakdown is inevitable. Then after that, he said, its successor, the James Webb Space Telescope, was launched in late 2021. Wait, teacher. This actually, because he said it's a breakdown is inevitable, so therefore its successor with the James was launched in late 2021, because done after 30 years. What are the words that we can use to show a kind of cause and effect or reason? Since, because, subsequently, thus, as a result, accordingly, and consequently. Now the example. My way now. When it comes for you, the question of transition, I'm not going to look at the sentence number 1. I'm going to look at the choices that I have. And according to the choices, I'm going to delete the things that they look like each other in function. Look like each other in function. Like if we have two that they have addition function, I can put them aside for the time being, because later you can return to them and take one of them or two of them. Clear? Hello? Clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So let's find the first one. As you can find, in fact, it's a kind of addition, I said. Though, contradiction. Therefore, is going to be cause and effect or reason. Moreover, addition. Wait, teacher, I have to addition. So put them right now aside. Put them right now aside. Now we're going to think about though as a contradiction or disagreement, or therefore cause and effect. Let's find. We're going to look right now. I'm going to look at the sentence that we have it here. He said, even in this superficially traditional work, Al-Malika was breaking new ground. Wait, how traditional? How traditional? حاجة تقليدية. And she said here, breaking new ground. Thank you. It's contradiction. With an easy way. An easy way to find the answer. It would not take too much time. I just write what is the function of each one of them. Then I put the thing that they are like each other in function aside and look at the other two and find the sentence that include the transition and find the relation. Here he said traditional work, and here he said breaking new ground. So though. Number 1, you're going to do the same thing and you're going to write the answer on the chat box, please. Write the answer on the chat box. Do the same thing. However, is what? Accordingly is what? Nevertheless is what? Furthermore is what? Put the thing that they have the same function aside for the time being and look at the other two. Abdulmunem right. Mesa, you're wrong. Suhaib, you're wrong. Dalal, you're wrong. Waiting for Dunya. You can return to the paper to find out. You can return to the paper to find out. Yes. Dunya right. So Dunya Abdulmunem, only the right one. However, contradiction. Disagreement. Accordingly, cause and effect or reason. Nevertheless, contradiction. Furthermore, addition. Wait, I'm going to put now two of them aside now. However, and nevertheless. Whether it's cause or addition. If it's not succeed with cause or addition, I'm going to go to the contradiction. Here he said, reforestation efforts, while undeniably valuable, often result in forests with limited biodiversity. Limited biodiversity. Care should be taken to plant a wide variety of native flora. So you have to do. So therefore, or accordingly, cause and effect. Because it has limited biodiversity, so accordingly, بالتالي, care should be taken to plant a wide variety of native flora in depleted woodlands. So I'm clear?
Yes.
Mesa clear? Mesa? Dalal clear?
Yes.
Okay. Second one, please take care. You can return to the explanation to find the function for each one until you memorize. Dunya right. Abdulmunem this time wrong. Waiting for the rest. Suhaib, Dalal, Mas. It will not take that time. Masa right. Suhaib and Dalal. No, Dalal wrong. Suhaib. It's easy. Find the function, then look at the sentence. Suhaib also wrong. What happened, Suhaib? Okay. So now Dalal, Abdulmunem, Suhaib. Take care, please. However, contradiction. Therefore, cause and effect. Afterward sequence. As a result. Again, it's a kind of cause and effect. So put B and D aside now, whether it's contradiction or sequence. Okay, let's find the two sentences. Okay, here, all of them. The Gordy Ho hat trick, an unofficial statistic in which a hockey player scores a goal, records an assist, and gets in a fight all in the same game, is named after hockey great Gordy Ho. who only achieved this feat twice, only achieved that he assists, that he scored a goal and records an assist and gets in a fight only twice in his professional career, far fewer times than many other players. So contradiction. How they call this by his name? Contradiction. So it's gonna be however. Dalal clear?
Yes, Mr.
Suhaib clear?
Yes, sir.
Abdulmanam clear?
Yes, Mr.
Okay. Take care, please. Number 3. Okay, Dalal, did you answer, Dalal?
Yes,
Still,
Mr.
yes? You answered?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dalal wrong. Masa right. Suhaib right. You change to the wrong. Masa. Dunya wrong. Abdulmanam right. Masa, the first one is the right one. So who got it wrong? Dunya and Dalal. The right? Okay. Additionally, to add, thus, cause and effect, means لهذا. Instead, contradiction. In some agreement. Okay, we don't have anything to cancel it right now. Let's find the sentence itself from the beginning. Okay. To discover to discover which fruit varieties were grown in Italy, Umbria region, before the introduction of industrial farming. Botanist Establa della region often turns to centuries-old list of cooking ingredients. She analyzes, so she returns to centuries-old list of cooking ingredients to know about the Umbria region. She analyzes Renaissance painting of Umbria, and they can provide accurate representation of fruits that were grown there long ago. So if you're going to find here, you're going to find that she add what she's going to do to know about Umbria region. So she studied their list of cooking, and she studied their paintings. So addition. Donia, clear?
Yes.
Dalal, clear?
Yes.
Okay. Number 4, take care, Dalal, please. I want this right. Number 4, you're going to do the same thing. Analyze each one, then find the relationship between the sentence before and after these two sentences. Mass are wrong. So Suhaib right. Yes, Massa now is right. No Dalal. Try again, Dalal, please. Waiting for Abdul Munem also. And Dunya. Abdul Munem, wrong. Try again, Abdul Munem. No Dalal. Yes, Abdul Munem. Dunya. Dalal, I want to know your problem. Do you have a problem in vocab or the problem in the words in themselves?
No, Mr. Like, bill choices. And like, I don't know which one shall I choose.
Yeah, according to the function.
Yes.
According to the function.
I
يعني
can't get it.
يعني أنا مثلا يا دلال ما أقول إيه؟ I didn't go to school. I was sick. تمام؟
Because I was sick.
بس خلاص أهي. فأنت كده جبت علاقة reason cause and effect. هو ده نفس الكلام اللي احنا بنعمله. كلير يا دلال؟
Yes.
اوكي. دنيا I
بس
don't see
حضرتك
yours. يس يا صهيب.
كنت عايز اعرف حاجه، هل دايما في التشويسز هيجي اتنين زي بعض ولا ممكن في
لا
حلقه؟
ما احنا في اهو ده ما كانش فيه اتنين زي بعض. مش دايما يا
صح.
صهيب.
تمام
اللي هيجي
تمام.
اتنين زي بعض دوت هيبقى الليفل 1 بيجي، بس ده ليفل 1. لكن ليفل 2 وليفل 3 بيحيرك بقى، بيخليك تشد شعرك شويه.
تمام.
Dunya is right. But why you take time, Dunya? Okay, let's find. Consequently. Consequently وبالتالي وبسبب so cause. In addition سهلة طبعا add. Indeed agreement. Nevertheless contradiction. Level 2 or level 3, so we have to find the relationship. The great depths involved nearly 3,000. This level 3 عشان محيرة شوية. The great depths involved nearly 3,000 kilometers marked Iceland volcanoes as extreme outliers. Then here he said, many of Earth's volcanoes are fed by shallow pockets of magma found less than 15 kilometers. 15 kilometers below the surface. Someone is going to say, okay, this contradiction. This contradiction. Here 3,000 kilometers and here 15 kilometers. But if you are going to read it carefully, if you're going to read it carefully, you're going to find that it's a kind of agreement. Again, the great depths involved, nearly 3,000 kilometers, mark Iceland's volcano as extreme outlier. So Iceland is extreme outliers. Many of Earth's volcanoes, because here I took only about Iceland, many of Earth's volcanoes are fed by shallow pockets of magma found less than 15. So he agree. He agree here. He agreed that this is extreme outliers because most of the Earth's volcanoes found in 15 kilometers. So the answer is going to be C. Agreement. Number 5. Massa right. Dunya right. Suhaib right. Waiting for Dalal and Abdul Minam. Abdul Minam right. Waiting for Dalal. لا دلال، لازم نحاكم المشكله دلوقتي. في مشكله. ايه بقى؟
مستر أنا أفقد الأمل صراحة.
لا مفيش فقد امل، مفيش حد معايا بيفقد الامل.
مستر ما عم أعرف، ما بعرف مستر، ما
لا
بعرف.
لا هنذاكر الترانزيشنال تاني بالفانكشن بتاعتهم، وابعت لك صوره تانيه على الجروب نبص عليها كده ونحفظهم. هي مش حفظ زي الفوكاب، هي حفظ بس نعرف الفانكشن. تمام.
Yes.
طب if you're gonna put another one, which one you're gonna put?
C.
C.
مستر والله خلاص فقدت الأمل هلا
لا
مخلصت.
قولي، طيب قولي ايه هتحطي ايه نمبر 5. انا معاكي للاخر. ها اقريها كويس بس. انا هحط لك الفانكشن بتاعت كل واحده عشان تبقى عارفه. additionally طبعا easy addition. in many cases exemplification. وبرضه ممكن تيجي باجريمنت. as a result reason او cause effect. however contradiction. عكس بعض. Look at the sentence before and after the underline. Read it carefully. It's 2 sentences actually here. He said for years, biologists have experimented with using grime-eating bacteria rather than harsh chemicals. بدل ما بيستخدموا chemicals بيستخدموا البكتيريا. To clean artworks, and results have been impressive overall. These bacterial strains اللي هم يستخدموها which can metabolize centuries worth of oil, glue, dirt اللي هي تنظف أي حاجة, and other surface impurities without creating harmful byproducts have proven more effective than traditional chemical cleaning methods. ايه رأيك؟ هنا قال ان هم بيستخدموا الايتنج بكتيريا، وهنا قال الحاجات اللي بيعملوها يعني بيضيف، مش بيضيف
A.
I'm sorry يعني
لا
بيوافق.
B. It's B.
ايوه. Okay. So in many cases. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Number 6. Okay, number 6 for Abdul Manam, right? Dalal, wrong. Suhaib, right? Masa, wrong. Dunya, wrong. Okay. Let's have a look here. For this reason, goes. For example, exemplification. However, contradiction. Likewise, agreement. So let's find the last two sentences that share the transition. Stories passed down among the area's confederated tribes of Celts Indians support this belief. Take care, talk about stories. Celts stories describe how blocks of beeswax, an item that ship had been carrying, began washing ashore after the ship was lost. So this is one of the story. This is one of the story. So for example, okay, for the people that they are getting mistakes, if you don't understand from the two sentences that follow each other, read the whole part. Read the whole part. Maybe it will get with you. Like here he said, researchers believe that pieces of hull found off Oregon coast are from a Spanish cargo ship that was lost in 1697. Then he said stories. Then he gave one of the stories. So example, Dunya, clear?
Yes.
Masa, clear?
Yes.
Dalal, clear?
Yes.
Okay. Number 7. Take care, Dalal. Slowly, slowly. You're gonna find it. Take care. That is for explanation. That is for explanation. We use it for explanation. There's a new one that we didn't write on the discussion up. Suhaib, right. Masa, you have a mistake here. Abdul Munam, right. No, Masa, still wrong. Dalal, wrong. I know that you start to be actually disappointed. بس برضه لا، وراها يا دلال لغايه ما نجيبها. Give me another answer, Dalal, please. Waiting for Dunya. Dalal, waiting for your second answer. No, Dalal. No. Okay. Dunya is no. Dunya. I don't know what happened to Dunya. She joined in. She left. Okay. Let's find. Furthermore, addition. Furthermore, addition. By contrast, contradiction. Similarly, agreement. That's its explanation. So let's find the sentence. Okay. In a heated debate in biography, the field is divided between dispersalists and vigorentists. There are those who argue, take care, there is a division here. There are those who argue that dispersal is the most crucial determining factor in species distribution, and those who insist that vigorance separation due to geographic barrier is, I'm sorry, this include with them also. Biographer Isabel Sam counts herself among neither. So if you're gonna find here, there's a kind of division. There's a kind of division, and they start telling us what this kind of division. So it's an explanation. Dalal clear?
Yes, Mister.
Massa clear?
Oh, yes, Mr.
Okay, the last one. Kindly, I want it right. Take care, the word fittingly also a new one. It's agreement. No, Abdul Munab, wrong. Try another time. Massa wrong. Abdul Munab right the second time, Suhaib right. Dalal, try another time. Massa right. The second time, Massa. Dalal. Yes, Dalal. Perfect. Yes. Let's find here. Moreover, addition. Moreover, addition. Fittingly, agreement. Nevertheless, contradiction. On the contrary, contradiction, Dalal. So put them aside now. Put them aside. Whether it's addition or agreement, if anyone doesn't fit, so we're gonna take C or D. So where I'm gonna read, I'm gonna take this. Non-recyclable items such as greasy pizza boxes can contaminate recyclable material, rendering entire batches unusable. Non-recyclable products can damage recycling plants machinery, yes, because they are gonna contaminate the things, so they can damage them. So this addition, not agreement. He add here. Okay, we are done with this skill, alhamdulillah. What will happen right now? That because we don't want to waste time, we want to arrive to answer more questions, I'm gonna give you the quiz. I'm gonna give you the quiz that you are doing in the period. You're gonna do it also and send it to me. When I pause the quiz, kindly send to me immediately. And it's better to solve it right now. Like before sleeping, you can just solve it and send it to me. Okay, transition, extra practice. So like that, next time we're gonna start with the second skill and the last in this domain. Just wait, just to receive it. Okay. Please, this also about transition, but it's a kind of quiz. So it's homework. As soon as possible, you have to send it to me, please. Okay? Goodbye.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mr.
You're welcome. Yes, Mas.